Thank you, Deutschland, for being with us for that. And it's time with that for the Indian national anthem, requesting all Indian dignitaries assembled over here to please take the stage.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
All right. Please kindly settle down so that we can get the proceedings started.
That's right, it's been a rousing start to this News9 Global Summit, isn't it?
Yes, the theme of this summit is India and Germany, a roadmap for sustainable growth, and it will host a wide spectrum of leaders, from powerful figures in the realm of politics to iconic corporate leaders in business to leaders from the world of sports and football in particular.
I mean, of course, Neha, why not?
When in Rome.
When in Rome, yeah. But after all, at the iconic MHP Arena in Stuttgart, we are at the iconic MHP Arena in Stuttgart, a news summit at the home of football in the state of Baden-Württemberg in Germany. This is a landmark platform, and it will bring together all of them, people from all walks of life, from politics to business to sports and even entertainment. This is a one-of-a-kind summit. Let's say that at the outset of it, isn't it, Timmy?
Oh, absolutely. We're calling it the summit of all summits because what could be better than all of us sitting here at the iconic MHP Arena in Stuttgart, the heart of innovation, as we've been saying, and to get a summit of this magnitude on, here in Germany. We've never seen that happen. No other media house has done it. And TV9, India's largest media house, managed to pull this off. So yes, hats off to everybody who was involved in this. And of course, this is a beginning really of this Indo-German partnership for us. And hopefully this just gets bigger and better as we go along.
Right, we're just beginning. We have the august presence of some of the most senior ministers from Germany and India. We have Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav with us, ladies and gentlemen. We have Union Minister from India, Jyotiraditya Scindia, with us over here. Big round of applause to two senior Indian ministers for taking time out to be with us over here at the News9 Global Summit, the summit of all summits. As we've been telling you, India's largest news network, holding India's biggest media summit on foreign soil. As people take their seats and settle down, we are getting this summit underway. And, it is a moment like no other, Meha, because and usually these things happen at very straight-jacketed, events kind of stuff. This is nothing like that, is it?
Yeah, I think what stands out over the next 3 days would be the diverse conversations, dialogues that we will have with each other. We've got some very interesting panels for you. I mean, from sports to politics. There's one that I'm particularly excited about, sports diplomacy, and how sports and entertainment can be used as a soft power. There's, of course, then India's growth as a footballing nation. In Stuttgart, that's the best for with the football and Germany so closely linked with football being religion for the Germans, just like cricket is for India. So a lot to look forward to, really.
A lot to look forward to, and sustainability is the core of it all. And it is a 3-day summit that also has a one-of-a-kind cultural Indian performance. We'll not tell you more about it. It is kicking off today, this 3-day summit, here with the inaugural, as we're calling it. And this summit will end with a kickoff, literally, on Saturday, the 23rd of November, right here at the MHP Arena in Stuttgart, as 4FB Stuttgart face off against 4FL Bochum, isn't it?
Yes, the crowning moment, though, of the summit will be the summit keynote address delivered by none other than the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi himself. That's tomorrow on Friday, the 22nd of November at 4:30 p.m. Stuttgart time and 9 p.m. India time.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the News9 Global Summit. That's right. That is a snapshot of what the summit is all about, with, of course, as Meha was talking about, the summit keynote address by none other than the Prime Minister of India himself, Shri Narendra Modi. Even as we await that summit keynote address by PM Modi, we have some senior Indian ministers amongst us who will be delivering their ministerial addresses. Union Minister for Railways, Information and Broadcasting and Electronics and IT, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, and Union Minister for Communications and Development of Northeast Region, Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia. And from Germany, we have Minister President of Baden-Württemberg, Mr. Winfried Kretschmann, and the State Secretary for Political Coordination and Europe in Baden-Württemberg, Mr. Florian Hassler.
Yes, this summit begins with the inaugural today, featuring insightful conversations. There are going to be panel discussions, and since it's all happening at an iconic football stadium, it's only fair we're connecting it with the beautiful game. So we have playoffs, coach speaks, and of course, the golden ball address by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
That's right, the coach speak, playoffs, we even have the opening whistle as well. We'll get to that. That's day one. We're talking about match day two, as we're calling it, day two of the summit, will be a day-long summit with keynote addresses by policymakers, insightful conversations with leaders, breakaway meetings, and it will also feature some cultural bonanza, and it will end with an awards night where we will honor icons from across different walks of life with the Global Icon Awards, and as well as we'll be honoring stalwarts from the auto industry in our Auto Owners segment as well. Of course, we are in Stuttgart. How can we not honor the auto stalwarts?
After the awards, we'll be hosting cocktails and dinners at the Porsche Tunnel Club. And finally, on match day 3, this is the one all of us are looking forward to, isn't it? It's the summit will culminate with a football match. It's going to be a 3-day-long celebration of the ties that bind India and Germany, that too in Stuttgart, Germany's beating heart of innovation.
That's right, Germany's beating heart of innovation. And this first of its kind summit too is a product of innovation. After all, which summit has everything from intense dialogues to an intense football match? An innovation engineered by the man at the helm of the TV9 Network.
Yes, it's time to kick off proceedings for the evening by blowing the opening whistle. And for that, we invite up on stage the man who envisioned this summit, the man whose brainchild this summit is, the Managing Director of the TV9 Network, Mr. Barun Das.
Thank you, Meha. Thank you, Krishna. Namaste, Germany. Guten Abend, India. Thank you, Germany, for inviting TV9 Network, the largest news network of the largest democracy of the world, to Stuttgart, the wonderful city of precision and perfection. For me and the entire TV9 Network and our co-host, VfB Stuttgart, it is a historic moment. Life is a great journey. I have often said to my family and friends that if I have to settle down to live in any other country other than India, Germany it would be. It is perhaps not without reasons. I come from the land of Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, a household name in Germany. Tagore visited Germany in 1921, 26, and 1930. Martin Kampmann, a German author who has translated Tagore's work, puts the scholar in context. To quote Mr. Kampmann, wherever he spoke, the halls were packed. The newspapers reported scuffles and regular fights by people who were refused entry. The local media hailed the Indian poet as a wise man from the East and a mystic and a messiah. Now that was a century ago. As serendipity would have it, here I'm standing before you to welcome you all to the first ever news media summit of this scale at a global venue. And Stuttgart, Germany, it is. What a great feeling to be in the capital of innovation, to engineer a new media template, to foster growth and contribute to bilateral ties. Singing together the national anthems of Germany and India is a moment that I'll cherish forever. Besides the Tagore Connect, I'm also amazed at the language bond between Sanskrit, India's oldest language, and German, and Heinrich Roth, the first ever German who mastered Sanskrit, traveled to India and got mesmerized with the mysteries of Indian culture. Friedrich Schlegel and August Schlegel were Indologists who deeply researched the intricacies behind the fascinating language of Sanskrit. Now, Sanskrit is being taught in all the top universities in Germany. It is such a core DNA match that binds India and Germany like no one else. I'm happy to share that we have an exemplary lineup of thought leaders discussing the roadmap for a new axis between Germany and India at the News9 Global Summit. I'm extremely grateful to the Honorable Union Minister, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, Minister of Railways, Information and Broadcasting and Technology, and Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, Minister for Telecom and Development of Northeastern Region, for flying in all the way from India to be with us on this important occasion. We are also privileged that two senior policy makers from Germany, Federal Minister Mr. Cem Özdemir and Minister President Mr. Wilfried Kretschmann, will join over the next 24 hours to share their visions with us. Of course, the biggest high point of this summit is a keynote address by Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi tomorrow evening. I'm grateful to our German partners, co-host VfB, and the support of State of Baden-Württemberg for making this happen. Ruven, my friend, has been a great partnership. Mr. Hassler, First Secretary of Baden-Württemberg, we look forward to hearing you later this evening. We are also privileged to have some of the prestigious German institutions partnering us, namely DFB Pokal and Bundesliga. Peter, thank you very much. We have an exciting evening ahead of us, starting with addresses of our Honorable Ministers, Sri Vaishnavji and Sri Scindiaji. And Danke, Namaskar, let's kick off.
All right, thank you, Mr. Barun Das, for that address. Your words have just set the right tone for the summit, isn't it, Meha?
Yes. Now please join me in inviting Mr. Ruben Kasper, Chief Marketing and Sales Officer and Board Member of VfB Stuttgart, to deliver the welcome address. India, Germany, business and beyond. Mr. Kasper, the stage is yours, sir.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, our honored guests, our Excellency Minister Scindia, our Excellency Minister Vaishnav, my dear friend Barun Das, my dear friend Florian Hassler, and esteemed partners from India and Germany. Welcome to Baden-Württemberg. Welcome at VfB Stuttgart, and welcome at the News9 Global Summit. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand in front of you today